Man, we're excited. Edwin McCain's joining us. Did you ever think that you would be on a show called Big D and Bubba?
I've been on shows with more eclectic names than this. I can assure you that in 33 years, you know.
I was on the Raccoon Robert
That's
show.
what I'm telling you, man. I've been on Silly and the Squirrel, and you know.
Radio. So we're so terrible. We're just terrible.
But the thing is, there's only about 10 of you guys that actually work in radio, and you just keep moving around the country. And I show up in Oklahoma next week, and it'll be you. And I'll be like, dude, wasn't I just on now? What's this show called? Humpy and the Hump Tone now? That's where we are? Okay.
I want to be Humpy.
Yeah. And we have to relearn all the new, hey, today's greatest hits of the yesterday and today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But you know what, man? No one will ever be able to appreciate the might of FM radio better than me. Because I got to ride the last wave of it.
Yeah.
Right? In the 95 to 2005 when radio was still
huge. When people still bought
pre-streaming
records
and all that.
Yeah.
When people bought music.
Well, when people got up off their couch and drove to a record store and bought a CD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When Walmart had a music selection.
Like, oh, man, I got to go buy that CD because I got to play that song for my girlfriend.
And I would sit there and have to just pound the phones to get the program director to add the song to the playlist. I remember one point there was a program director's daughter in the lobby of one of the stations in the Midwest. I'm not gonna clarify any more than that. I walked in and she was selling Girl Scout cookies, and I bought $1,400 worth of Girl Scout cookies. I was like, dude, he's got to add the song now. Like, what, are you kidding me? I wrote a check. And like, every show that week, I was just handing out Thin Mint from the front of the stage. People were like, dude, that show was awesome, man. The guy was rocking the coconut cream.
I got some Samoas.
Well, hey, do what you got to do, right?
Right.
Do what you got to do.
That was great.
Yeah, good days.
Good days.
See, the funny
At
thing
least
is
you didn't
I don't know if you're
resell
making
them.
that story up or not.
No, I'm not at all. It was 100%
You were actually
true.
giving out Girl Scout cookies off the stage?
100%.
That's awesome.
What was I gonna do with them, man? The Atlantic rep, like we were literally driving down the road with boxes of them falling out of his car. It was crazy.
That sounds great. You could have resold them at the merch booth. I guarantee you, after a show, people out drinking, somebody wants some Thin Mints
autographed
real
Girl
bad.
Scout cookie boxes.
Oh, that's nice.
The Atlantic rep for Nashville was one of my favorite people. Eric, he was around. He'd been around since the 70s, right? And I used to ask him, like, dude, give me the stories. You have. He goes, I'll tell you a story. Because, man, I had Led Zeppelin in town, and their tour manager is this big old guy, Peter, and everybody was scared of Peter because he was huge and he beat everybody up. And that's how, Peter called me one morning and said, Eric, Robert and Jimmy would like to go to the Crossroads. I didn't know where the goddamn Crossroads was, but I wasn't going to tell him that. So I packed Robert Plant, Jimmy Page in the back of my car and drove way the hell out in the middle of nowhere. And Franklin found these two roads that came together and said, here it is. And Robert Plant and Jimmy Page are out in the cow field going, ooh, you can feel it.
You can feel it.
And listen, man, and I can 100% assure you that he did that. There is no way there's no way that isn't true.
So great. Edwin McCain is with us. All right, we'll come back. We'll talk some music and get to know Edwin better. Next, hang on. Edwin McCain is in the studio with us, and people are like, Edwin McCain, I'll be guy? Yeah, I'll be guy. Also could not ask for more. By the way, I think it's one of my favorite songs. And then, of course, Sarah Evans cut it. What are you doing here? Why? So you're doing a country thing?
You were on the Opry?
I like it.
Yeah, it was kind of out of the blue. Like honestly, I'm not really country, and so I was sort of. Why
do you say that? What do you mean? How do you? How?
I just Well, I guess I should say this. I never really listened to country. I mean, I was more on the, R&B, like, and then funk, punk side of things. And I ended up writing music because of a guy named David Wilcox, who's like this sort of folk hero. But I just never considered myself in that genre. But I mean, I am a songwriter, and so the Opry's reached out, and I was like, that's a really nice thing to do, and a lot of, I think it was from the songwriting standpoint. Anyway, it was a great honor to be included in the conversation. So yeah, here I am, and I've been writing for years, but it's a long story. I wrote some stuff for Lee Brice, and it just seems like everything sort of revolves around Nashville now. So I guess that's why I'm here.
So when you hear can you give us a little bit of ILB? And and as you're playing this is, how is this not a country song?
Because it was on CHR radio in the 90s.
Doesn't matter.
And I was on radio shows with the Backstreet Boys and Shania Twain. So
Shania Twain,
country. So
the strands in your eyes that color them wonderful style me, steal my breath. Emeralds from mountains, thrusts towards the sky, never revealing their depth. And tell me that we belong together. Dress it up with the trappings of love. I'll be captivated. Hang from your lips, stared on the gallows of heartache that hang from above. And I'll be your crying shoulder. I'll be love's suicide. And I'll be better when I'm old. I'll be the greatest fan of your life.
Country song.
Yeah,
it's a country song.
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
It
why
is.
not?
It is absolutely. That song could get re-released.
I like where you're going with this. I could be like Benny Mardones.
No,
Yes.
And re-release
Into
my
the Night.
song, Into the Night.
Yeah.
You remember he had a hit with it, and then he re-released it
He
and
doesn't
had
know.
a hit with
He
it.
doesn't know that.
I don't even know who we're talking
It's a
about.
creepy
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
It's extremely creepy.
She's
but
just 16 years old. Leave her alone.
They said.
They say, but it worked twice for
He
him.
killed it.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, you said it. I'll bring it over. I'll put some mandolin on it, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, that'd be easy. We know people.
it could happen.
Do you play mandolin?
No. I do on Maggie May. We do a cover of Rod Stewart's Maggie May, and I play the little mandolin part at the end, but I'm not a mandolin player.
Okay.
I think that would be sacrilege to,
well, I was just
say
wondering
that
if
I'm
you-
a mandolin player in the same city that Marty Stewart lives in.
Easy. Down, boy. Edwin McCain's with us. We'll come back more with Edwin next. Hang on. Edwin McCain is in the studio with us, and when I saw you when you were playing the Opry, I was like, wow, that's really cool. I like it. And everyone goes, yeah, I know him for ILB, but also you had Could Not Ask for More, and a song that Sarah Evans did.
The way that song came about is funny because it's the exact same way that Diane Warren got Aerosmith to do her song. Like they called, I was in the studio, and they said, hey, Diane Warren has written a song for you. And I was like, who's Diane Warren? And they were like,
Oops.
what do you don't know who Diane Warren is? I'm like, no, why would I know who Diane Warren is? Because I'm an idiot. Like I'm literally listening to Black Flag, And they say, well, she's this massive songwriter. Just look it up. And this is 99 or 98. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to do it. And they weren't expecting that. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I got plenty of songs. I'm in the middle of making a record. I'm whatever. Good.
Oh.
Tell her to take it to somebody else.
Okay.
And And so they were not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
So they said, well, what if we pay you to just sing it for a soundtrack? I was like, well, then I'm in, And so I sang the song, and then they went and put it on a soundtrack. And then every program director that knew who Diane Warren was put it on the air. And it was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's going on your record now there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, those poor people at Atlantic Records must have just been like, what are we doing with this idiot?
Oh, they tell stories about
This
you.
idiot. Like, he's great at radio promo, but he is a moron when it comes to knowing what's good for his career.
That's so crazy, man.
And then right almost at the same time, Sarah had her version out at country. So there was a version of that song out on every format at radio.
Okay.
And Diane is, when you do a Diane Warren song, you end up with extra radio promo because Diane gets on the phone and calls people. And she was calling program directors and cussing them out if they weren't adding it. I mean, she's hilarious. Like, we're friends to this day because she is crazy. Like, she's driven. Like, it's interesting.
Can we hear a little bit of
Sure, yeah,
Could
yeah.
Not Ask for More? Edwin McCain in the studio with us.
I'm lying here with you, listening to the rain, smiling just to see the smile upon your face. These are the moments, and I know heaven must exist. These are the moments, I know all I need is this. I've got all I've waited for, and I could not ask for more. I could not ask for more than this time together. Could not ask for more than this time with you. And every prayer has been answered, and every dream I have come true. Right here in this moment, and this right where I'm meant to be. And here with you, here with me. I could not ask for more than this love you give me. It's all I've waited for. I could not ask for more.
It's good. I like Sarah's better, but that's not bad.
I did too. She's a great singer.
She is.
You know, it's funny because we actually have some interactions because we have the same manager, and she's a fabulous human being. Love getting to know her.
Dude, it's so good to see you. So what are you going to do now? Is this a thing now? Are we
It's
launching
been a
into
debate, right? So I joke around. I still play a bunch of shows, and we have a unbelievable, great following of people. But I joke with them. I'll come out on stage and go, okay, tonight, I'm going to play nothing but new songs. And they're like, oh, no, please,
right.
And so the argument's been, well, do you make another record? Do you go out here and make another record? Or you just give the people what they want? Just go out here and play the songs from 10 albums that they like.
Yep.
And I'm happy to do that.
Then do that.
But Lee Bryce has been all over me about making
Lee's an
one
idiot.
more
Don't
record.
listen to
No,
Lee.
actually, I know why Lee's doing it because Lee's got that studio now, and he's like, "Come over to the house."
I know. I love work. I love writing with him. That guy's voice is pure.
Oh,
It's
God.
unbelievably great.
I know. You see him, you go, I don't think this. Oh, wow.
No,
okay.
no, but in the room too. So I wrote with him and Ashley McBride over at his place, and the two of them, because like normally if you're sitting around a room, you can just kind of sing and not, it's fine. Everybody knows what you do. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they open their mouth and it's like final vocals. It's like it's like the demo. I mean, Ashley McBride opens her mouth and I just sat there gobsmacked. I feel like I'm a pretty good singer.
Yeah.
But I'm around Lee and Ashley. And I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna sit over here and just add a word, stay out of the way.
Two of the best.
But I would make I think I'd make another record, and it's just one of those things where I love being home with teenagers. I would like for them to see the old man like put the pads back on and go out there on the field. And
Sure.
But the reality of it is that they might watch the old man go back out on the field and blow his knee out. So
You never know until you try it, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, that
No risk.
you got to
if
get
you
out and
don't do
try.
it.
Yeah.
What is it? There's something that you miss every shot you don't take, or something?
that's 100%. So yeah, I'll probably make one more record over at Lee's place and see what happens.
We'll
Sounds
put a
good.
pig in the ground and we'll make an album.
Yeah.
I'll get my brother over. We'll just do a whole thing, man. Do it.
Camp
got our
out
own
on
whiskey.
top of it.
You like endorsing window companies?
These are all Lee Bryce jokes.
You ever
by the
grown
way.
your own peanuts?
Trust me, man. I know exactly what you're talking
He's the
about. I was
best.
like, Lee, man, why do you even put on camo? You could just run over these turkeys with your golf cart. There's 100 of them out here.
I
I
know.
don't even know. You can't call this turkey hunting.
Yeah.
You just like throw rocks at them. It's fine.
Like in the old days.
All right. Once they take the feed out of your hand, that's when you whack them in the head.
Dude, unbelievable.
Edwin McCain, everyone. Dude, so good to see you. Nice to meet you. And best of luck, Godspeed, and all that stuff that we're supposed to say. So,
Well, I'll see you when Girl Scout cookies are back in the
Right.
season.
In fact, we have some Girl Scout cookies to
when
sell you before you
As
leave.
soon as I got my new record, I'm going to show up here with my checkbook, and we're going to get it going.
Hey, if you like that video, go ahead and subscribe and like and hit the bell and do all the stuff.
Blah, 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 blah.